I absolutely love it. So here we are back. It's all dried now. We're ready to seal it. But I just want to take a minute to appreciate it because I'm so happy with how this turned out. I mean, let me spin around. Again, I don't really expect that you're getting the same enjoyment that I am because it probably doesn't look like too much. Hopefully it just looks like, a rock or stone to you. But the differentiation of the layers of color plus the speckles that I managed to achieve here, I'm so happy with how this turned out. It's fantastic. And the best part is it's about to look even better. I mentioned a while back, it seems like forever ago now when I was making this, when I finish them and they're just bare concrete, people often are like, oh, it looks great, looks just like stone, I love it, I'll take it. And I always say, no, just wait for me to finish it. Because once it's finished, it's way better. And as you can see, I hope you agree, this is way better. So at this point now, we're ready to talk about sealer. So, I mean, the world of concrete sealer is pretty deep. Here's the brand I use, because for sure you want to know that. But don't get too worried about the brand. Maybe you don't have that brand. That one's the high gloss. This is the same company, but the matte version, less glossy. They're both a little glossy, really. So what I want you to take away here is not the name brand, because maybe that one's not available in your area. But do you know what is available in your area, no matter where you are? A water-based acrylic concrete sealer. And that's what we've got here. Honestly, even as far as acrylic water-based concrete sealers go, there's a few options out there. But really, you can't go wrong. If you've used a water-based paint like acrylic or latex like we used here, you can't go wrong with using a water-based acrylic concrete sealer. Some of them are much more of a surface sealer. Like you can see, it's like a high build product, almost like an epoxy coating on the outside. I don't prefer those. I find that they turn yellow in the sun. This specifically mentions how it does not turn yellow in the sun. Perhaps that's a definitive thing that you could look for as well. Acrylic, water-based, and it says on there UV resistant or does not yellow in the sun, something to that effect. If you're wondering, how do I know if it's water-based? For one, it says, boom, right there, water-based. But also, if it didn't say that, you can always just read the cleanup instructions. Does it say cleans up with soap and water? Then it's water-based. If you have to use, something other, a chemical, xylene or something else to thin turpentine, those are all oil-based and not necessarily what you're looking for, or some are epoxy-based. In this case, acrylic, water-based concrete sealer. How you put it on, I mean, it's dealer's choice here. There's a few options. You can roll it on, you can paint it on, you can spray it on like this. You can spray it on with one of these big commercial air sprayers. Obviously, this is a pretty small item that I'm working on here, and that's why I don't mind the little spray bottle here. I find it's actually pretty effective. Here are a couple of notes that I want you to know, because I've been working with this stuff for a while. For one, you'll know it's the right stuff because it kind of turns purple. You can even see in the bottle, it's kind of purpley. Well, as I sprayed on, it turns purple. That goes away, so don't worry about that. But you do want to be mindful of how heavily you apply the layers. You're far better off with this product to apply multiple light layers than you are to just soak the heck out of it to the point where it's running, especially because we have all these vertical surfaces here. It would be easy to have it run down, and that does look bad. And you can blot, like we did with the painting process. You can blot that sealer if you've got too much on there. But the sealer kind of gets tacky right away, and you start to get a tack, and you touch it, and you lift your finger. Now you can see you've left a visual imperfection in that sealer. So when you're doing it right, you're doing multiple light layers of sealer. And also something worth mentioning is this sucker has to be bone dry. You cannot be sealing over top of moisture. You'll get a blush from the sealer, which is like a whitish hue over the whole thing. I struggle with whitish hue as it is with the pieces I make because the water source that I use where I live is extremely high in calcium hardness, 600 to 700 parts per million calcium hardness from the tap. So it's a lot. basically is the same as adding calcium as an accelerant to your concrete mix. That's kind of like what my water does. But as a result, I sometimes get discoloration issues, and I can definitely have problems with this stuff reacting with any kind of scale or efflorescence growth as a result of the high mineral content in my concrete. You probably won't have a similar problem if you have soft water available, or really live anywhere other than a place that has preposterously high mineral content, calcium and magnesium in the water like I do. So anyway, moving along here, we're going to apply multiple light layers with this acrylic water-based sealer. We're not going to let it run or pool or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. It's this paint job that we've done here is surprisingly resilient. And the reason why is because the concrete is like a sponge. And as we spray this, light layer of water-based paint on it, it just drinks that up. So yes, there's a lot of color on the surface layer here, but there is a lot of color that's permeated that surface layer as well. So already it wants to hold this coloration. If we did not seal this thing at all, it's going to last for years and years and years and look pretty much exactly like this. If you take the time to seal it, it's pretty much locking in this color forever. I have many pieces that are 12, 15 years old that got sealed one time when I made them, never again since, and they weather outside in Ontario, Canada winters year after year after year, and more or less they look the same. So it's a very resilient process and product here. But let's say that you want yours to last as long as possible and you want it to look as good as possible. Reapply this same sealer every 1 to 2 years. Pick a day when you can wash it down, really let it dry thoroughly, and then apply another layer of sealer, or another 2 light layers of sealer, kind of 2 light layers. That's usually what I end up doing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this now. I'm going to go ahead and put the mask on and we'll get going.
Spiders? What? I wasn't afraid.
I absolutely love the color of this thing. I really hope that you can see it. I'm going to take some higher quality still images, and I'll probably post those as well to make sure that you can see what I can see, which is that this thing looks great. Let me spin it around here. I really like the side profile areas. That looks fantastic. So good. So happy with that. I still have a second coat of sealer to put on it, but that's just a formality at this point. It's all but done. And as you can see, it's really transformed the color here from what it once was, where we just had, some bare concrete. And now it looks so much better than that. We're missing one important piece. Boom. There it is. So we have effectively made a pretty fantastic planter here. I'm pretty excited about it. I guess I better go buy, like, I don't know, like a big fern, kind of like Sideshow Bob style. Or should I go for like the long ivy, like Axl Rose? Maybe I get my bandana, put him around here. I don't know. Maybe if you have some input, leave it in the comments section. But I don't know. I don't think I can wait. I'm probably going to go buy something right away because I want to see what this guy looks like with a plant in it. I hope you watched this whole series. I hope you found it really interesting. These are such a neat thing to make, you know, and what did this cost me? Like, holy cow, it would be hard for me to quantify for you how little this thing costs. Okay, it was a bucket that had already been used for mixing concrete 100 times, bound for the trash, certainly. That was the basis of this project here. The bucket was less than $5 when it was new, before I used it 100 times. Like, what is the value of that? I'm going to attach maybe not very much value to that. The amount of sand and cement that I used, you're talking barely dollars, like almost like, 80 cents worth, maybe something like that. Same with the steel. It's just so little. Like, all in, this has to be a $10 project, even including the paint. Because you think about the amount of paint or the amount of sealer that you use, it's so little for something like this. The paint in specific, sure, I used a lot of different layers, but that paint's watered down. It's like 3 or 4 times as much water as it is paint. So as you can see, it really goes a long way. And I mean, there's so many things you could do. I'm not the world's best artist. I think you can see that. I'm really good with technical process, though, and I love working with concrete. And this is just a fun process. I love making stuff out of this. I hope you try making some stuff out of this. I would love hearing about it in the comments if you do. He needs a name. What's a good name? I dig it. It probably looks even better in person than what it does on film. It almost always does.